And I remember going to our local Indian restaurant and it was fucking packed. I'd never seen that many people in one room, ever.
This was a thought, that when you had to do that thing where you had to put that thing down your throat,
Yeah.
I remember thinking I'd be an awful gay. He was basically going, you've got to stay
And he had his hands all over that woman, yeah.
I mean, it's fucking mental.
It is crazy.
I nearly fucking like injected it into my brain. I went like,
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
rolling.
See the Harry Styles thing? His Netflix special.
No.
It was so good. I'm not a massive...
I like Harry Styles.
But it was the new album, which dropped on last Friday. So then he dropped the album.
Did you pick it back up?
He picks it up. Then he went to Manchester Arena. I presume it was an arena. What looked like an arena. Filled it out. And then he just did the album.
Right.
Just sung the album.
What? And this is on Netflix?
Yeah, on Netflix. So he did that on Friday when the album dropped. So he's singing it. The crowd are singing back the songs. And he was like, I don't know how you're doing it. Literally, it's been out an hour. People just know all the words.
How were they doing it?
Because they just Harry Styles mental fans and they've just already memorised it all.
That's crazy. Because he was... So I see his Brits performance and
that was incredible. So
yeah.
he did Aperture, he did American Girls, a new song, and then which are the first two on the album. And I think he played it in number order on the album. He just did the whole album. And then he went on and he said, what's going to happen at the end of this song, this last song, I'm going to go off now and pretend that's it. And then I'm going to come back on again, obviously, which we all know I'm going to do. And he was just so at ease with the people in there. It was like, I can't explain it. I've seen guys like you, and I've seen quite a lot of pop stars on stage, and it's quite hard to talk to that many people as one. You did it really well because I know you thought about what you wanted to say, and we talked about it, and you knew what you were going to say. But he was just, because he's on his own up there, it was like, it was almost like, hi guys, how you doing? All right. And like we do on the radio.
Like he was more conversational.
He was, but he was like, the vibe in here. He said, you never get it from where you are, but from where I am, I can see the vibe and the love that's in the room. And, there's so much shit going on there. He looks a bit like Will Young. He looks like original Will Young. On his new look now.
Yeah, no, he looks really cool, yeah.
I kept thinking his mannerisms, his facial mannerisms. It was like watching Will Young when Will Young had just come out.
Yeah.
Like a young Will Young. As opposed to our Will Young old.
Yeah.
No, really good. And then he came off stage and it was good. I'm not a massive fan of the album. I prefer the poppy stuff.
Yeah.
But then he came back on and, of course, his catalogue. I mean, he just went into As It Was, Watermelon Sugar, Golden. What's the big song, Joe?
Watermelon Sugar High?
No, the other, the Sign of the Times.
Oh, yeah.
He ended on that, and that is such a good song. And that was it. And then he walked off and the camera followed him and he went back to his dressing room and he just sort of sat down, looked at the camera and went like that. And
I'll give it.
So he did that on Friday, but they span it around and it was on Netflix on Sunday. So he recorded it live on Friday and spun it to go on Netflix on the Sunday. And I watched it and it's on Netflix now. It's really, really good.
I'll give it a watch.
It's not a bad album. It's just not as poppy as the Watermelon Sugars and the Sign of the Times and that kind of stuff.
I went to see Robbie with Kerry, my wife, and manager Sarah and Neil, her husband.
Yeah.
And it was at the Brixton Academy. And so what Robbie done was the first half of the show, so he had an interval. First half, he done his first ever album.
Right.
Which is Life Through a Lens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was obviously...
18 Till I Die.
Yeah. Brilliant album. Great songs. Everyone knows every word.
Of course.
And then, even though he's Robbie Williams, afterwards he does his 16th number one album, which is the one that's just come out.
Yeah.
And you would think that not anyone would know it. Same thing with Harry Styles. But they've listened to it for a couple of days, I think, and learnt it. Obviously, nowhere near as much as up as the first album.
Yeah.
And even though, like, it's Robbie Williams, afterwards he was like, oh, was it all right? Because obviously, like, they don't know it. And I was like, mate, I said, you had them eating out the palm of your hand because you're so...
I don't know if you've looked in the mirror recently. You're Robbie Williams.
Yeah, I said, you're so fucking good anyway.
Yeah.
I said, but, like, the fact that people wouldn't realise that... Well, he speaks about it on stage, actually, how insecure he is. you're fucking Robbie Williams. Like, how can you be insecure?
Yeah.
And he done this album. It was incredible. Really,
we say
really
that,
good.
don't we? We when we're talking on the A to Z, we've said that before. You know, people go, you broadcast to 3 million people on a breakfast show. What do you mean you've got social anxiety?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I can't fucking see them.
No, yeah.
I'm in my own room. If they all came into the studio, I'd have a problem with that. That would be an issue. Right, I've sorted my mic out before we start. Are you ready, Joe?
Yeah, who's squeaking?
It was me. I've sorted it out now.
All right.
I think it was Christoph.
It was Christoph. Clapperboard, let's go. Welcome to the A to Z of Men. I'm Chris.
I'm Scott.
And we're at the letter Z.
Wow.
What? Which is incredible. It's 4 seasons, and we've already committed to next season. So you're in a position where there's a guaranteed another 26 episodes to come.
It's like basically it's the end of the football season.
Yeah.
And it's like our contract was running out. Are we going to sign an extension for another year? Yes, we signed it.
We don't. There we go, signed another year. So, and also because it's the A to Z of Men, and we've got ADHD, and we've got OCDs, and we've got all the initials.
Got all of the stuff.
You know that if we start at A, we have to finish at Z. There's no way we're going to go, oh, we got to H. Let's leave it there.
No, you can't.
It's going to be another season, guaranteed. And we're talking to our kids, and we're trying to get our kids to come up with the words for the A to Z of Men, which is how we'll probably do it when that happens. If you're new to the show, obviously go back to the beginning and start again. But the premise is we take an in-depth look into how the man's brain works. Not technically and neurologically, just because we're men.
Because we're blokes.
And we know the thought processes that go with that. So that's how it works.
Sometimes there's not much thought process. It's just bleh.
Yeah.
Just comes out.
Yeah, shock statement. Sometimes we don't think, we just react.
Yeah, we just react.
Bleh, and it just comes out. So we're going to go to the letter Z in just a second. If you want to get in touch with the show, you can do that anytime. I've got it written down now. Is that the right way around as well?
It is. It's amazing.
Chris and Scott UK at gmail.com. Everything else is at A to Z of Men Pod. There's Patreon accounts as well, where if you haven't been involved in that, after this little bit, we'll just have a chat about how our week's been.
And if you're not part of Patreon, you won't hear it.
You won't. And that's fine, because some of you just like the A to Z of Men and aren't really interested how our week's been.
You basically want to get straight to the gravy.
Yes.
Some people want a starter.
Yeah. Forgetting the foreplay, straight into the action.
Yes.
Is what you want. So we'll do that. And and if you want to join our Patreon, you are more than welcome. You can go to patreon.com and then look for A to Z of Men Pod is where you'll find that. I'm Chris, he's Scott, as we mentioned. We have a producer in the background. You won't see him. You'll just hear his voice.
Hello.
There you go.
He doesn't always speak like that.
I'm the ghost of producing.
You see him every now and
do?
again. Yeah, when he walks in, sometimes when he does a lot of gallivanting, so he's always swanning about in Portsmouth Bournemouth somewhere.
But we have him back now in the centre of Essex.
We do.
He's back. How's your tea today? Because I know we had complaints last week. It should be a lot better.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I think you
made it with love.
Oh, is that the lumpy bits? No.
I stirred it.
I've got hair in mine.
I
What?
noticed,
You've got hair in yours?
I noticed that it was actually full.
Yeah, it was full.
Which is incredible. And I also noticed that it's a better colour.
Yeah.
And it's nice.
It's got very little milk in it.
Yeah, it's good. You've done really well.
Yeah,
It's a nice tea.
I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 is not bad. Next week, we are going to be doing the show live. I think we're doing it Friday. Have we confirmed that yet?
I mean, I'm around.
I can confirm it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can do next Friday?
Yes, I'm not doing the said thing that I might have been doing.
Okay, so
I mean,
Friday the 20th is what we said.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm gonna give you a 90.
Oh, mate, you just said you would definitely confirm. Right, he's confirmed.
I'm gonna give you a 98.
No, you've got to confirm it because we got to do it live. It's going to be in the evening. It's not going to be in the daytime.
Yeah, no, that was the problem.
Oh, right, okay.
that was. I'm sure, unless short of a disaster.
Yeah,
it's happening.
So we will definitely confirm that for you, but it looks like it'll be next Friday. So that means next Monday there won't be an episode dropping. It'll be live on the Friday, and then that episode will be cut up into a podcast and then dropped Is that right, Joe? Or will that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I won't be able to edit it on the Friday night because I'll be drunk probably.
I'd imagine
so it'll probably go out the next day. Sorry about my squeaking.
Yeah, what? Is it me or is it you?
No, I think it might be me. I'll turn my headset down a little bit. Anyway, A to Z of Men for the letter Z is coming next. Welcome back to the A to Z of Men for the letter Z.
Z.
That's crazy.
Have we got a word?
Yeah, apparently Karen said to me this morning, "Are you recording Z today?" And I went, "Yeah." And she went, "Oh, it's a really good word." And I went, "Is it
Is
Z?"
it zebra?
No, she said it's a really good word. She said it wasn't wasted.
It is.
Like, okay.
It's
a very good word.
She
Yeah.
apologised for X again and then went, Z, you won't have a problem with Z.
Yeah.
So Z is what we're going to do. Joe's going to come in with that word. We're going to find out what the word is. We'll have a little guess what we think that might be. What about Zen?
Ooh.
Like chill.
Chill. Zen.
Zebra? I don't know how that would work.
Yeah. Xylophone?
X.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So could have wasted that. Could have had that.
That's the old dyslexia. Zootopia.
Zootopia, yeah.
Zulu.
U2 album?
Zulu.
Zulu would be good. Zulu Warrior.
Zorro.
He's coming in now, so I'd imagine we haven't got it right yet.
You think I'd tell you?
Well,
No, you wouldn't.
No.
He can have it today. Can he read it?
Can I read it?
It's Zoo then.
In 3. I'll let him shut the door.
No, he's got to bring out. You got other stuff to bring in?
In 3, 2, 1. Zoom.
Zoom?
Are we talking about COVID
No.
and Zoom?
Oh, Zoom as in Teams. I'll have it.
Yeah, Zoom.
It'll be Zoom would be...
Well, there's loads of different
Do you
things.
remember the song Zoom?
No.
Zoom, just one look and then my heart goes boom.
Oh yeah, it's a great
Fat
song.
Larry's band, Zoom.
Yeah,
That's
great.
a great song. Maybe we're talking about that song.
Yeah, no, we won't be. I think it's going to be
Dieter, can I just write that on my phone? That needs to be on my playlist.
Zoom. There's one look and then my heart goes boom. Something, and I'm on the moon. Neon sky.
Oh, higher.
Zoom. Oh, what a tune.
Oh, my
Day
God.
away.
And we'll be back next time on the A to Z of Men with
What
the
a-
letter A, and we're going to be discussing animals.
What
Join
a
us then.
tune that is.
Zoom. Today you will be reflecting on the highs and lows of lockdown
See?
and remembering the weird shit we did.
Yeah.
Not my words, the words of the wives.
Do you know what? No.
Zoom quizzes, man.
Yeah,
Fuck.
no, so there's loads. It's straight away when I think of Zoom,
You think of lockdown?
I do, because I used to do a lot of meetings on Zoom and I've
Yeah.
done loads of interviews and stuff. But the main reason why I remember Zoom now is for lockdown, because we were so, like all of us were so sort of isolated and trapped in our own houses.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant in terms of spending time with your family. It was brilliant. Like, you know, I got to spend loads more time with my kids. Me and Kerry spent a lot of time together anyway, but it was actually nice. And
It was uninterrupted time.
yeah, and we had the brilliant weather. So it wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't all negative, was it? Right. So we had the brilliant weather and we had the hot tub and like Kerry was doing the homeschooling. I was largely drinking alcohol. Then she was doing the Joe Wicks was doing the.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were clubbing
God, I
together.
forgot about that. Joe
Yeah.
Wicks.
People were
He
clubbing
brought a whole
together.
community
Yeah.
together, didn't he?
Yeah, it was incredible. But when people started to use Zoom instead of, because we've got Zoom accounts for like meetings, we used to do radio meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that was the only way you could be social.
Yeah.
And
well, that and the Oculus.
yeah, but we got pissed on Zoom, didn't we? Multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean, I got pissed on Zoom more times than you did because
No, I think when we used to hang out on Zoom, I used to go in the bar.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've got a bar at home and I used to go in the bar and just get drunk.
yeah, it was. I mean, there was one particular time when Karen got wankered.
Did she fall over?
Oh yeah. She like literally fell out of shock. She was drinking. I remember it. She was drinking pink gin and lemonade.
That's right.
And she started off like talking pretty normally, and by the end of the Zoom, she was off her tits.
Were we doing a quiz or something? Or we were just catching up?
No. We done a quiz one time. And then the other time we literally, was it me, you, Karen, what was Rob Walsh there as well?
I think it was Rob and Lisa.
Was it Wee Man and
Man and Kerry, I think. Yeah, I think it was.
We had
8 of us, yeah.
Yeah, we had like the best time.
Yeah.
And do you know what was really weird about some of them Zooms? I woke up the next day and I felt like you had been there.
Yeah.
And at some point, the camera went off and I was looking for you, like pissed. Like, where's Chris? Where's Chris gone? Because it was the only way you could be together.
Yeah.
And it did feel like we were together.
Yeah, there was the Oculus has a game on it. It's a poker game. And when you put your Oculus headset on, you've got an avatar. And I mean, I can't explain it if you haven't played it, but you go into proper rooms where you're sitting down at a proper poker table, and then the avatar is sitting in front of you. And even now, when you're playing it now, you blink and your mouth moves when you're talking. It literally looks like you're talking to that person. And we did that for ages.
Yeah, but there was a funny, very, very funny moment that needs mentioning. And that is, so you can make your avatar look like, you know what I'm going to say. Yeah. You can make your avatar look like you.
Yeah.
But I had done something wrong and my avatar wasn't.
But I will tell. I say what your avatar was. You didn't know what I couldn't stop laughing because normally
what the fuck are you laughing
Scott's avatar was a black t-shirt, looked a bit like Scott, same kind of complexion, spiky hair. I think you spiked it more on your avatar, almost back to boy band 5 days.
And that's what I thought you were seeing.
Yeah, and I was like, "What?" And you went, "Why are you laughing?" I was like, "You're like a little Indian fella. You'd completely changed your profile without knowing it."
I didn't.
You were wearing a dress.
Yeah, I was an Indian fella wearing a dress, and he was going. And then, so you can do a screenshot. So you
can take a picture.
Yeah. So he took a picture and sent it to me, and I was like, "Fuck!" And it took me I had to redo my avatar.
It took about 2 weeks for you to work out how to do it. So I mean, I remember that. That was a real highlight. I think the lockdown 1 was really good because lockdown 1. I know it's different, obviously, wherever you're listening to this. So lockdown 1 for us, because Italy went first and then other countries followed.
In end of February.
End of Feb. I remember I'd done a nightclub gig the weekend before and everyone was talking about COVID and I had to go and do a PA at a nightclub. And I was thinking, when you're doing a nightclub, people come up to you, they want pictures with you and it's great. Not so great when there's this deadly disease you don't know anything about and you're in the middle of a nightclub and I think it was a Pop World. And so I was doing this appearance and then I was thinking, this might be one of the last times I go out because everyone was talking about this lockdown and then the next day it happened. And I remember watching it on telly and thinking, you're going to lock us in our houses?
Well, no, see, I remember because I was actually on tour. I was doing a tour called The Boys Are Back.
Yes.
And it was me, Sean and Rich we were 5 at the time, the 3 of us. And we were doing this big tour. And I remember everyone was talking about this virus and I'd done Southend and then I'd done the next. And then we still had like 8 or 9 shows to go. And they were like, no, we're shutting it down. And if you remember, I just had my 40th birthday in the November.
Yeah.
And you were there and we were all going to Vegas for my 40th, so to celebrate my 40th, even though I was 40 in November. And we were going in the May or the June?
May, I think.
Yeah, we were going in the May.
Yeah, I think it was May.
And I remember thinking, well, this will all be blown over by the time we go in May. And little did we know.
Crazy.
It went on and on and on, which is why when the Zoom stuff, I mean, bear in mind, people weren't just talking on Zoom. People take that. Like they were doing Gary Barlow was doing.
Oh, that was awesome.
Was doing Zoom gigs.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Because for artists like myself, we couldn't do anything. Even when the world opened back up, a little bit, we couldn't do any gigs. And then we done some really random gigs where 6 people in a fucking chicken pen.
Yeah.
And then and then a 2 meter gap, another 6 people in a chicken pen. It was fucking weird time, weren't it?
Do you know, a good thing for me as a Watford fan was we were in the Premier League
Do you remember that?
Yeah, vaguely. We beat Man United. We beat Liverpool, obviously. That was our famous win. Then we
3-0.
beat Man United. And then we beat Man United 4-1. That was when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got sacked. And I think that was our last game at home. And the season was going so well. We were in relegation, but we were just getting out of relegation. And then this COVID hit. And then in COVID, they were playing behind closed doors. Watford got demoted to the Championship. And the season where you couldn't go to the football stadium was the Championship. And then when COVID finished, we'd got back to the Premier League. So when we went back to Watford, we were still I didn't go and see. No. I went to one Championship game. They did this thing where they did. I think it was when you were kind of allowed back out.
Yeah.
And there was sort of social gatherings, but it couldn't be more than X amount of people. So Watford had you had a seat, then you had 6 seats next to you, and then you had another person on the seat, then 6 seats, then another person. And they'd sold those tickets to season ticket holders on a ballot. And I got one, and so did Harry. So me and Harry went to watch a Watford match in the Championship, where I sat there. He sat 6 seats away. And it was
But why
bizarre.
did he have to? Because he was living with you. So
I think we might have been able to sit together, but the
other people,
in isolation, the next people would have been 6 seats and 6 seats. All around the stadium, no away fans. But you could, when the players were shouting at each other, like going, try and move back over here, you could hear everything.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
And you could shout, man on! And they would almost go, cheers, mate! It was so weird.
It was...
we were all trying to sing the songs, but there was no... It just sounded like we were going,
That's why gigs didn't work, because we got to a gig, and they said, you've got to turn the PA right down.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? You can't be too loud, because we don't want to encourage them to sing. And I was like,
oh, wow.
But that's...
What do you want us to do?
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Our vibe is on your feet. We're quite bossy. Everybody get up, to 5 feet, get down now. And like, shh.
Yeah, don't make a noise.
Bring it on, bring it. It was
I think
really
it was
weird.
that happened, and then we were kind of allowed back out. And then they did that. Do you remember that Eat Out to Help Out?
Yeah, I do.
Do you remember being like, don't go anywhere near anyone, don't go anywhere near anyone? And then all of a sudden, 2 for 1, everyone get to the restaurant. And I remember going to our local Indian restaurant, and it was fucking packed. I'd never seen that many people in one room, ever. They would put extra plates out, extra tables out. It was rammed in there.
I remember my local pub.
What was the deal? Half price? Or no, buy one, get one free?
No, it was something mental. Like, if you weren't allowed to go out for a pint, but if you had food, you could drink a pint, right? So the landlady of my local pub was basically doing like really cheap food.
Yeah, it was like pizzas, wasn't it?
Yeah, really cheap food, so you could get a pint. And I was like, I'm fucking all over that. Eat Out to Help Out was crazy.
What was the premise of it? I'm going to Google that. Yeah, that was funny what she did, because they were like, bought a mass bulk of pizzas that probably cost like $5.
Yeah.
And then you got this mini pizza like the ones you keep in the freezer. And a pint of Guinness.
Pint, please. Yeah.
At the end, you're like, do you know when you put pizza? It's like, I'm not here for a pizza.
No, not really.
My favourite thing was Scotch egg.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the Scotch egg being a substantial meal?
That's enough. That was enough, wasn't it?
Yeah, so people were just going to the pub, getting a Scotch egg and a pint.
That's right. Yeah, they did that in London a lot, didn't they? Eat Out to Help Out was a 2020. So this was in the UK. So you might, if you're not from the UK, you won't know what this was. But I'll explain.
It was mental.
Eat Out to Help Out. Now, bearing in mind, we've been locked away for a good 4 months without being allowed. You couldn't even have anyone around your garden. It was that bad. So Eat Out to Help Out was a 2020 UK government initiative that provided a 50% discount up to £10 a person on food and non-alcoholic drinks in participating establishments. So it was valid Mondays to Wednesdays all the way through August 2020, and it was aimed to support the hospitality industry during the COVID pandemic. It was limited to £10 discount per person, but we were going for an Indian and paying literally paying a tenner each.
It's crazy.
I mean, I couldn't get the food cheaper in Sainsbury's.
No.
It was cheaper for me to go out and eat out to help out, which I did. But the problem was, and I think they realised afterwards, that everybody was doing it. Harvesters were packed, Pizza Hut was packed, everywhere was packed.
Yeah, and it backfired, didn't it? Massively,
more people than there would normally be in a restaurant. You would have been better to go to the restaurant normally because there would be less people there. I found it really weird. Isn't it weird how we got conditioned as well? Because when I'd go to the Co-op, which is a local in the UK, is like a shop, like a grocery store. And I'd go in there And if somebody got anywhere near me, I would start to not freak out, but I wouldn't like it at all. Whereas now it doesn't bother me.
But do you know what made me laugh? And Ricky Gervais actually says it perfectly. He said, the 2 metre distance is kind of where you should stand talking to somebody.
Normally.
Like, any closer, that's too close.
Yeah.
So, like, all this, like, supermarket, like, one-way systems and all that.
Yeah.
Like, how close do they think you want to be to a stranger anyway? Like, look at where we're sitting now.
Yeah, we're probably 2 metres
We're
apart.
2 metres apart. Sitting,
2 metres is a door, isn't it? It's the height of a standard, door
I would
in your
say
house.
we're 2 metres apart now.
Yeah.
Like, any closer would feel
Can you hold
a bit
hands?
just.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? Yeah,
always.
really far.
But
Always, yeah.
what I'm saying is, any closer, we're like best mates.
Yeah, yeah.
If I was just
Here
like,
he comes.
No, if I was
You want
like,
to share my camera?
Hi, mate.
Oh, I do it all right.
Like, I'm too close. To
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't make like that's too close.
It's too close.
Yeah. So
It's too close.
So why was this?
That's quite close.
That is.
But then we're doing a photo. That's different, isn't it?
Do you remember the first? Do you remember the first day that you were allowed to meet with another family? No more than 6 people, but that they had to be your people.
Yeah.
Well, I picked my mate Rob because he's also a pisshead, right?
And also, just to explain so people don't, cry for me, me and Scott were seeing each other anyway because we worked together.
Yeah.
So we were allowed to see each other at the radio station, which meant we were in a bubble.
We was in a bubble, yeah.
So I could see you anyway because of work.
So I was already seeing Chris legally, and then I was allowed to see, and obviously they've got kids as well, so it made sense. It meant our kids could actually have someone to see as well because everyone was isolated. And in the first couple of hours of being able to go out and be in someone else's company that you'd only seen on Zoom,
yeah,
we was in a hot tub and Kerry smashed a glass by accident. And
in the hot tub,
she put a glass down and sliced her wrist, basically, and was in bags of trouble. Ambulance called the work.
Yeah, I remember this.
And it was terrible. And I remember, and the funny thing is, we didn't realise, obviously, she had to go to hospital because that to like stitch it up. I wasn't allowed to go with her because you weren't allowed in hospitals. So she was like petrified. But what was the funny part of it, after she was fine and everything, was she was wearing what I would call a sexy bikini. Like, she wasn't wearing just a normal bikini. She was wearing a really sort of sexy bikini.
Yeah.
And that's how she had to go to the hospital. She went to the hospital with this fucking...
In Basildon?
Yeah. She went to Basildon Hospital in this absolute, rocket of a
Covered
bikini.
in claret?
Yeah. Fucking claret everywhere.
Oh, no.
And she come back in like a T-shirt. Like she was like, fucking in this fucking sexy bikini. It was... it was really bad, but she was fine. And
the weird bit was when we got told about, I think it must have been May, or maybe it was the second lockdown, where they said, you guys, because you're broadcasters, you're allowed to go to work. And I remember I felt really bad because it's like watching a film where there's, some kind of a plague and you're the one that's allowed to go out and venture outside. And I remember getting in my car and driving down the road thinking there'll be cars on the road because not everyone's obeying this. And I drive down the main road to Southend. It was like no one on the road. It was empty.
It was weird. That was even weirder for me because when I actually think about COVID, and obviously there was loads of bad things, and people, and you know what, people lost. People,
it was shocking.
People lost their lives, and people even to the point where people went in hospital and they couldn't even go and see their loved ones, and their loved ones passed. So, but if I can take a positive out of it, that gave me my radio job.
Yeah, it did.
I wouldn't have been able to do the radio job had it not have been for COVID because I didn't have the time to do it.
Yeah.
That was a massive lifeline for me because I couldn't work. I couldn't do the gigs. So that was like a no-no. And it was looking, and there was a point where it was looking like that would never open up again. Do you remember where people were like, I don't see live gigs ever happening again?
Well, people thought we'd be so conditioned that actually you would struggle to walk into a 50,000 seat of football ground or a pop gig or whatever.
They didn't think it was ever going to happen. And I remember you phoned me. I was walking the dog because he was allowed to go out and walk the dog, and so that dog was getting a long walk because, for mental health, I wanted to be out in the open.
Yeah, of course.
And I remember you phoned me. I remember exactly where I was in the street as well, and you said to me, would you like to come in and talk to management to see whether we could do a show together? And it took me, seconds to go,
oh, yeah, you were there.
Yes, please. Like, when? And you was like, next week. And I just counted down the days. And then we had a couple of Zooms talking about like how we was going to do the show.
Well, I'd gone back to the management and they went, well, did he seem keen? I went, not really. I mean, it's Scott. He was like, well, it depends how much it is. Because I thought, I can't say, oh my God, yeah, he bit my hand off. He'd said yes in seconds. I think you could offer him anything and he'll be here. Yeah. He just wants to get out of the house.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I just sort of said, yeah, maybe it's worth a conversation. I mean, we get on really well, but, it depends on money, blah, blah, blah. And then you negotiate yourself a nice little contract.
Yeah, I did.
And you got yourself out the house, and it meant we could hang out. And then, because it wasn't just the radio show, the A to Z of Men started in this as well. This is where the beginning of that started.
It gave us a lot of time to realise that we knew we were really, really good friends anyway, but it gave us time to go, actually, we could really work together on a professional level. And it makes sense.
Here we are.
And here we are.
2026.
Yeah, 2026. And you forget, don't you? That was fucking 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, it was 2000. It was like, because there was whispers at the end of 2019 that there was something had happened.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was like, then the February hit and we was like, bang.
Well, I remember the first case we had in the UK there was a guy had come back from Italy, and I think he lived in Brighton. And it was like, this guy's got the COVID. This guy's got the COVID. And there was cameras outside his fucking house. You think about it, everyone's had COVID. But back then, no one had it. And you were looking at this guy thinking, well, he's dead, isn't he?
When did it change from being called COVID? Because it was coronavirus at first.
I think they're both the same, isn't it? Coronavirus is a name of all sort of colds. Is that right, Joe? Coronavirus is a generic name for flus and colds and stuff.
Coronavirus was around before, which is a virus. I mean, obviously, don't quote me. I'm not a doctor. Because you can buy like...
You're not a doctor. What the fuck? It's not what it says on your CV.
I thought you was a... Well,
I'm a doctor of music.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Dr. Fox.
Like Dr. Fox and Dr. Joe.
Because you can buy like Dettol and it already had like kills coronavirus on it.
Yes, it did.
You get coronavirus for pets and stuff like that.
No, because but it got really big, didn't it? Like I remember thinking,
I think
if
COVID,
you were the beer Corona, I remember
COVID
thinking,
it's a disease from the
Corona
coronavirus.
Is the co, and the vid is something else, and then 19 is obviously the year it came out.
But I do remember thinking that Corona, the beer, were getting a bad rep.
Yes,
I do remember
that. Yes,
and no one was playing Rhythm of the Night either.
No, Corona Rhythm of the Night. No, Corona beer went down in sales, didn't it?
Fucking course it did.
Yeah, but why? What do people think? This disease, they've bottled it. It's like, of course, it's still the same Corona as it always was.
Yeah, I know, but like you'd be livid, wouldn't you? So if it was Robinson virus, you'd be like, "Whoa, it's got nothing to do with me."
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you ran a company called COVID, you'd be like, "What? What's happened here?" I think it's whenever I look back at it, I don't think it would happen again because I don't think it would. I don't think we'd listen. I actually don't think it would happen again.
No, I don't think it could. I think we conformed. And now I think people have wised up a little bit and people will go, I'm not fucking doing that again.
So for my eldest, Harry, it was my eldest boy, Harry. He was in year 11. So he was in the UK, he was in the GCSE exam year. So he got graded on what they thought he would do. So he lost that whole chunk of his life. He didn't go to prom. He didn't get any of those things that year should have had. So he missed out on that. Sam was in year... So he would have been 2 years before that. So he would have been just going into his options. We tried to homeschool, but the problem is for us, and this was in the first lockdown, we were all working from home. So Karen carried on running her business from home. I was on the radio from home doing, running the radio station, doing shows on my own and having to homeschool a child as well.
No, it was really hard. Gavin really, his results suffered as well. And then he ended up, I think he was at the back of it, so he'd done his exams in the end. Brennan, it pretty much ruined the whole of Brennan's uni life.
He was at uni, wasn't
he? Yeah. I mean, literally, he went and he couldn't come home for a long period.
Yeah.
He was isolated from us not going. So he could have come home, but he couldn't because he weren't part. Even though he was my son, he wasn't part of the bubble. And at some point, I was like, no, I'm coming to fucking get you. You're my son. Like,
I just thought with the kids, I don't know, because like Joe says, we're not doctors, but I think about being a kid when I was a kid, when we were eating mud and shit. Do you know what I mean? Playing with worms and stuff.
Yeah.
Coronavirus, the problem is with the kids, they were all locked indoors. The immune system doesn't grow. I don't know. I just thought it was a bit weird. I thought
it was really hard.
Kids were stronger. Kids are stronger than old people, and I got why old people were told to sort of stay in. And it was just a really hard time, and I just don't think it would happen again. I just don't think everyone would lock down. We had a problem in the UK with what the politicians were doing and parties that were happening Downing Street and all that kind of stuff. So, and for me, my mum was in the care home that she'd just gone in by then because of the illness that she had was just starting to take hold. So she was so confused. So when I went to see her, when we were allowed to go and see her, I remember there was this and it was already fairly confusing when I went to see her anyway. She'd sometimes struggle who's who. And then I remember there was this massive Perspex glass in front, not glass, actual Perspex. So it was a little bit smeary. And you couldn't really see through the Perspex, so she couldn't really see who I was. And also, when you spoke, she couldn't hear me when there wasn't anything in front of us. Yeah. So it was just pointless. I just sort of sat there looking at my mum through this smeary Perspex glass. She didn't even know I'd been there. And then I'd drive home feeling... it was horrible.
I remember, I'm pretty sure it was my mum had her 70th birthday, which is a big milestone birthday. And you know what? A lot of people, I reckon there was people out there that didn't stick to it. We really did, me and Coo. We done exactly what they fucking said. And like, I quite literally got out of my car, put my mum's present on the driveway, so Kerry and the kids were there, put it on the driveway, got back in my car, then my mum come out, opened her present so we were nowhere near her. And we sort of, and then my sister was like a little bit further down the road. And we're like, what? This is mental. Can't hug your own mum on... It was really weird time.
Do you know what I found really strange about the whole thing? With the health anxiety that I've always had, and I had quite badly then, I didn't really have health anxiety about COVID. So when I got COVID, I think a lot of people... Karen was like, are you okay? You're going to be okay. And I'd seen Boris Johnson end up in hospital, not being able to breathe. Our next door neighbour was really bad with it as well. I never really felt worried about it. I had the lines come up on that fucking thing that we used to have to do. I had the lines come up. There was a bit after like the 5th day where the lines hadn't gone away. I was like, Jesus, am I ever going to get rid of this? And then I thought about long COVID, and there was a little bit of health anxiety starting to creep in. But I was never really... I think because where I had health anxiety was more about having tests and then waiting for results. The good thing of coronavirus is you got a machine, you did what you did, and then it instantly went, yeah, you got it. And you went, all right, cool. That's why I feel shit.
Yeah.
It was almost an answer without having to Google anything.
Do you remember when
But I remember feeling really, really shit. It wasn't nice.
I got it a couple of times, didn't I? And if you remember rightly, and this brings it back to Zoom, if you remember, I got it, and I had to isolate at home because I had COVID and you didn't.
Yes.
And we were still doing the show.
Yeah, on Zoom.
And I was doing the show on Zoom with you. And Kerry was making me like really nice dinners.
Yeah.
And it was getting to dinner time because our show was it 3 till...
No, then it was 4 till 7.
4 till 7. And so Kerry was bringing my dinner in at like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I was on there and I was like going, so today I've got this, but I was still on the Zoom. So
so I had a massive TV screen in front of me, which was where I could see Scott.
Bigger than real life.
Bigger than real life, but it was literally where you normally sat. Yeah. So they positioned it so it looked like
I was there.
Yeah, it looked like I was there. It was a really strange time. There was some great community stuff that happened. I think communities really came together. I think working at a local radio station, we came into our own in COVID because that's kind of what local radio is all about, serving a community, and I thought we did that really well. There were loads of positives. Spending time with the family, I completely agree. I think that was really
amazing.
That first
was really
nice,
yeah.
Crazy. Every morning, me and the boys would get out in the garden, do some exercise, kick a football around.
I had a lot of beer drinking.
You drank a lot. Yeah, you did drink a lot.
What's your opinion on the old when we used to go out on Thursdays and clap the NHS?
Nice sentiment.
Lovely sentiment.
Weird.
Don't get me wrong.
Was
as
it
you
banging
just said.
pans?
No, banging bands or clapping.
You could just clap.
So you'd go out on a, but it become an event.
It did, didn't it?
Like you'd come out.
That's because there's nothing else to do. You're like, oh, it's Thursday.
No, yeah, but you'd go out and you'd wave at your neighbours.
God, it just feels like
it doesn't. Does it to you feel like made up and it wasn't real?
Yeah, because if you'd ever seen that film Contagion with Matt Damon, you would. I remember seeing that before COVID, thinking, well, that's never going to happen.
Mental. The fact
that it literally happened.
Yeah, the fact that we would go out, like, yet again, if you wasn't in the UK, you probably wouldn't have done something as wacky as going outside and going, well done, you guys. Well done.
But they were the front line, weren't they? If you looked at a war, they were the front line of the war.
Well, the aforementioned Rob Walsh, who I was speaking about, he was building extensions on
hospitals
for poorly people. Like, it was crazy time, absolutely bonkers time. And if you zoom into it, you will struggle to work out that it was real.
It is actually mind-bending.
Yeah, no,
to think back, because now you think about when we finished here, you'll go off and you and Joe go drive home. We don't actually think about it anymore, but at the time, I do remember thinking at the time, will we ever go back to normal? Or will this just always be here?
I just wanted to ask Joe, because obviously you'd have been quite young, obviously, because you're not that old now.
I was 16.
So how did it affect you, like, with it, and was you doing a lot of like Zoom stuff and stuff like that?
Well, so I was homeschooled at the time. So
you were already being homeschooled, weren't you?
Yeah, I was already being homeschooled. I had a lot of problems in school, so I just came out and started homeschooling. And we were sort of working out the exams and everything, because obviously that was my year of exams. And they basically shut the schools. All of the services that were offering exams were like not giving any information whatsoever, because they did teacher graded GCSEs.
That's right, yeah.
And so we was like, well, how am I supposed to get a grade? Because even if you're homeschooled, you have to go and sit your GCSEs in an exam hall when they're doing the GCSEs with all of the same mediators and everything. And they were like, I don't know, sounds like a you problem, really. So we had absolutely no idea how, because my dad was like, well, I'll just make your grade up. And then they was like, no, that you can't do that. It needs to be a teacher. So it's like, what am I supposed to do then?
It's crazy.
So yeah, that was a big thing.
It wasn't thought through, but then I suppose none of it could have been thought through, because no one would have ever anticipated this happening anyway.
Well, that's the thing. I think like the UK government at the time got a really, really bad rep, and Boris Johnson, who was the Prime Minister at the time, he got a really, really bad rep for it. And actually, I think it's quite unfair, because he also didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Like no one would. It's not to say that if there was another Prime Minister, they would have handled it better. Because
I think the problem that he faced, and the problem he still faces now, is because those parties that allegedly happened, I think they're not allegedly, I think they got charged for them, the parties that happened in Downing Street.
He was telling everyone else to do something that
if you're the person saying you can't do this, then you definitely can't do this.
Especially the doc, and I don't think I'm saying anything that I can't say, the doctor guy who was basically telling everyone, make sure you don't go out. He was having an affair with some...
Matt Hancock.
Yeah, Matt.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, he was basically going, you've got to stay with...
And he had his hands all over that woman, yeah.
I mean, it's fucking mental.
It is crazy. And then when that happened, he was like, yeah, but we were in a bubble. It's like, that doesn't make it good.
No, it doesn't make it.
Your wife's not going, that's all right.
Your wife's still gutted.
Yeah, crazy times.
Yeah, really crazy times.
But a place I don't think we'll ever go back to again. I hope we don't. That was horrific. Actually.
I wonder, and this is, and I'm not being. I wonder how much more revenue Zoom got.
Oh, I mean, there would have been the PPE companies that made masks and stuff. They would have made a fortune. Zoom, I think that it's well documented, made absolute packets of money. AstraZeneca's, all of those people obviously made money for coming out Moderna and all that.
But Zoom, like they would have been got fucking hell.
Well, who knew? I mean, well, not just then. If you think about people that work from home now, I don't think any of them would be working from home if it hadn't have been for COVID. Because COVID showed companies this can work. You can actually work from home.
It's changed a lot. Like there's certain things that have never gone back. So a lot of companies are now going, well, actually, we can lessen our load by working from home. So a lot of people never went back to their offices and always worked from home. The football changed forever because...
In what way?
Well, we have 5 subs now.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And that was never a thing.
Yeah.
That in the UK, it was free substitutions. Now, they kept it. They didn't go, oh, no, COVID's not a thing anymore. That changed forever.
Yeah.
And I think there was a couple of other rules that stayed as well.
I think it damaged high streets. It damaged London. When you go around London now,
pubs.
It damaged pubs badly. But when you go around London now, it's never, like during the week, it's never as busy as it used to be.
No.
Because a lot of companies just work from home. I know so many people that are still doing, I still do 2 days a week from home. That never used to be a thing. No. Companies never let you work from home.
No.
Because they just presumed you wouldn't do any work. My company was definitely that, you can't work from home. Well, you're a radio presenter for a start, so you need to be in the studio. But then the technology changed for radio, so you could do radio from home. You could record it in and do it from wherever you were. So that's now technology that's used today, which means you don't actually have to go to a radio studio. Everything changed.
Well, you think like a couple of weeks ago when Joe was away, sounds exactly the same to you guys listening. Joe wasn't here for 2 weeks. It showed people that you can do things remotely.
I think a lot of that technology was designed in COVID.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Crazy. Zoom, good word.
Zoom.
I like that. And memories and shudders of the coronavirus, which we don't really talk about anymore. Somebody the other day said to me, no, I saw it on Facebook. Oh, and then 2 lines on the thing. I was like, who's still doing COVID tests?
No one. Surely no one.
You don't have to. Does Kerry have to do it for school? Do you still have to do a COVID test?
No.
No one does.
I don't think so.
It's still in the shops. You can still buy them in the chemist. It blows my mind that somebody would feel ill and do a COVID test.
But that's the bit that gets you, because now, like before, you in COVID, you would feel ill. You go, oh, fucking, I've probably got COVID. You do a COVID test and you go, oh, I've got COVID. Whereas now,
you just be ill.
You go, but I don't even go, I might have COVID. I go, I've got a cold.
Yeah.
Which...
It wasn't. I do remember it. It was a nastier cold than colds I'd had before.
One of the times I had it, I was really
wiped out.
Yeah, I was really quite ill. Yeah,
I can tell you the exact last time I did a COVID test.
When was it?
It was probably about 6 months ago when I was really bad, and I was coming to do this podcast on the same day. And it was
Scott just about to go on tour.
Yeah, Scott was about to go on tour.
Well, that's fair enough.
And I thought, well, I better do a COVID test just in case. Yeah. And it was negative. But then I sat there for a minute at the table while it was doing, because you have to wait 15 minutes. And I thought, well, actually, even if it isn't COVID...
Whatever I've got, I don't want to pass
Scott doesn't want this, and it wasn't. It was just a flu.
But that was the thing for me. If I've got the flu, I'd go to you, I can't come round because I don't want to give you the flu. It was common sense.
Yeah.
You'd go, I'm not going to come round, mate. Or if you had food poisoning, or no, not food poisoning, because that's not the case. If you had a bug, you wouldn't go round. I wouldn't go round to your house. I'm going to give you the bug. I'm going to make you sick. So I'd phone you and I'd go, Chris, can't come do the pod this week. I'm poorly. I don't want you to catch it.
Yeah.
It was common sense.
Yeah.
But they took common sense out of the equation and went, Go to work.
Go to work. Yeah.
Fucking.
Give yourself to 5 p.m.
Hands, face, space.
And the other thing I just remembered was when I went to try and fly to LA, the whole fucking thing you had to do online with some doctor woman that was, that you had to do a coronavirus test on the camera while this doctor woman was there, and she had to see, and I remember it was like, you can't let the coronavirus thing leave the camera. It had to be in shot at all times. Yeah. Otherwise, you'd have to start again.
Yeah, so
because
you could be swapping it out.
Yeah, you'd be that thing down the back of your throat that made you gag. Like, and then it was just, and then that little cotton bud, and then scraping the back, and then putting it in the COVID thing, and then trying to do it all while it's on the camera. So you didn't, because obviously you could just grab another one and go, it's fine, I'm all right. And then she would then be the person that could say, yeah, you're able to fly.
Yeah, I had to do that once because we had to fly to somewhere, I can't remember where we flew to, Kazakhstan or somewhere mental. You just made me laugh because I remember, and I'm going to say it because I genuinely, this was a thought, that when you had to do that thing where you had to put that thing down your throat, I remember thinking I'd be an awful gay. I do. I remember. No, I do. It crossed my mind. Literally, I went like that, and I was like,
Scott, I'll do you one worse, Scott.
Go on.
I was 16, 17.
Yeah.
And COVID made me realise I am an awful gay.
No,
but that whole testing thing.
No, it did. It made me think I'd be terrible at sucking cock.
Do you think, and you can catch COVID doing that as well, I think. Do you know the other thing that I completely forgot about? If you thought you had it before the COVID test come out, do you remember what that was? You'd have to get in your car, drive to some random car park.
Oh my God.
With people in hazmat suits.
Oh my God.
Open your window.
No, just a crack. Oh my God, it was fucking...
What the fuck?
That was mental. I had to go to like fucking Barleylands Farm or somewhere, in
your car on your own.
Yeah, no, and you would open on your own, and you'd open your passenger
side, and then a bloke with a hazmat suit would come up to you and just chuck a load of thick. That was
and then
before
you're just sitting in your car, going like sucking cock.
And I'd be like, you had to hoot or put your hazard lights on when you'd finished, didn't you? And then they'd come over, and I'd be like, I don't know if I've done it right. I've just sort of spat all over this thing. Here it is.
Then you have to put it up your nostrils as well.
Yeah. Oh,
and
the nostrils.
No. Oh God.
God, it's literally
and
like
a sneezing fit that would always follow afterwards.
Oh my God! I remember one time. Yet again, I put this thing, and it made me fucking sneeze. I nearly fucking like injected it into my brain. I went like,
oh my God, I forgot about that. Isn't that mad when you think about driving to a random car park in the middle of a field?
I'd kind of erased that from
That's what I'm thinking when the more I'm talking about it,
I'd
the more
erased that.
I think it's gone.
Yeah.
I think I've literally got rid of it.
Yeah, I'd erased
Because then there were the injections when you had the COVID jabs, and some people did, some people didn't. I think I had one. I don't think I had the follow-ups. But oh my God, it is mad when you think about it.
I'm glad it's over.
Yeah, I'm glad it's over. Fingers crossed. A to the men, letter Z. Cheers. And this podcast came from COVID. The idea was born in COVID, so it was good for that, at least.
For that, yeah.
We will come back in moments, but that's the A to Z of men. We're going to lock in the letter Z and all of the A to Z of men words into season 4 of the A to Z of men.
Yeah!
So there you have it. We are done. There is no more. Season 4 of the A to Z. COVID's gone. We've ended on a high. A to Z of men for the letter Z. We've wrapped up 26 episodes. Another 26 episodes.
It. I mean, this season did take exceptionally long on the basis that some fucking silly prick went on fucking tour.
But it's the same season. And if you think about that journey from A to Z, started off at A.
And then
alcoholism. Yeah. No, it wasn't. No, these are wives' words.
Oh, for affirmation.
Affirmation. And then we were doing song lyrics and stuff. And we will recap all of this next week. We'll go through the Age of the Men next week, live on the YouTubes and stuff. But in that journey, the beautiful experience you had in the middle of it with 5 is in the middle of this season.
Yeah,
so it always belongs in season 4.
It's been a really, really good season. And I think the girls done a really good job. And actually, I think they were a lot kinder than I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to try and sort of do some really dodgy words, but they didn't.
Yeah.
I think they really gave it some thought. They didn't just like go, oh, we've got to do this.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a job, oh, I'll just get this out.
Well, X was, but the rest of it.
Yeah, we can forgive them that. They've given us some really, really good words, some really good funnies that we've had, and we've had some amazing laughs. Also, they've brought out some, which is what I love about this, that it can make you laugh and make you cry. They've really, there was a moment in there. I think there was back-to-back 4 consecutive words, which were, oh man, they were a little bit like they'd done like death, fucking doom, fucking death.
Yeah.
Like there was lots of negatives in there, but that's what it's all about, isn't it? Like,
but life is about that, isn't it? You go through highs and you go through lows. Life is a roller coaster, as
Ronan Keating once said.
I look forward to it next week, because if we'll get all the words back, we'll find out what we talked about. Joe will get all that organised. So we're looking at doing that on Friday
the 20th,
which won't be next. Is that next Friday?
It's got to be next Friday.
So if you're listening to this on Monday's download, it's Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, it'll be this Friday. So it's on Friday. Friday is the day you're looking for.
Friday.
7 o'clock on the GMT, on the Greenwich Mean Time, so the UK time, and 7 o'clock in the evening. So I don't know what it is for you, but that's where we'll be on the YouTube.
That's where we'll be.
We'll record it on YouTube. So if you can't make it, maybe it's the middle of the night where you are, then obviously...
in the middle of the night.
You're not a bigger fan as you thought you were.
Yeah, obviously. If you're not Patreon either, fuck off.
Well, you got to say because the majority of audience aren't
I
Patreon.
know, but that it might evoke something in some people.
Okay,
don't want to be told to fuck off. What am I missing?
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're missing not being told.
Fuck off.
So Patreon, you can go to there, and we won't be with the live.
Side profile.
Yeah, we have, haven't we? I'm sort of sad.
I've gone. Yeah.
My back really hurts, and I'm sitting on the chair very, very strangely.
What I've done here.
We would like to, invite you to Friday on YouTube, and that's our YouTube channel, which is A to Z of Men Pod, and we'll put it on all the socials. Yeah, Joe. So there'll be links everywhere where you can just click on.
Yeah, on MySpace, it'll be on there.
On MySpace and probably MSN, most people.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's easier.
Dial up.
And offer you a game of pool while we're waiting.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Wow. End of season 4.
Wow.
On the A to Z of Men. Oh, we got to do another. Oh, fucking hell. You think we got a season 4, episode 26, we would have got the hang of this. There's a celebrity name, like the
name game.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, all right. No, I think we just got caught up in the emotion of the fact that we've just finished a podcast. I think we've got to do... Who begins with Z? Zendaya. What's her surname?
Zach. I don't know.
What's Zendaya's... hang on. Zayn Malik.
Yeah, Zayn Malik.
No, we said about this last week, so you only had Falak.
Yeah. Zara Larsson. No.
Yeah.
What?
No, you don't rhyme the sun. Zara Larsson has a pub. That's Zara Barson.
No.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Okay, all right. Okay.
So that's mine.
Okay.
Go on, you.
Zara Larsson, she likes to play with fire. That's Zara Arson.
Oh! It's a mic drop.
Yeah.
That is a proper rhyme.
Yeah.
We rhymed the whole
No, I felt very good about that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to follow that.
That was good.
Yeah. I mean,
wow. Even Zara Larsson's impressed. I never even thought of
that. Zara Larsson, she's got some driving to do. That's Zara Carson.
Yeah, see, that's good.
Yeah.
Zara Larsson smoked too many cigarettes. There's Zara Tarson.
Oh.
What?
Tar. Cigarette tar.
Okay. Zara Larsson, she used to manage Arsenal. That's Zara Arsene Wenger. It does work.
You can say without the Wenger.
Yeah, Arson. It's different
Arson.
Yeah.
Different Arson.
I've done it twice.
One was on fire, one was setting fire.
Okay. Zara Larsson, she's got a long way to go. That's Zara Farson.
What?
Far.
You
won't, because we only rhyme in the first. You're doing it mentally.
Yeah, you're doing it.
But we said we're doing. You only have to.
You're making it harder for yourself.
Only
Scott.
rhyme in the la, so you can end it with sun.
Yeah. Okay.
So Barson.
Yeah, I get it. But
You've been doing it properly.
Arsene Wengerson. Yeah.
I think I've got another one.
Okay. Zara Larsson. She buckles up her seatbelt.
That's my one, you prick!
That's Zara Farson.
You're a prick! No, that should not be allowed.
Well, of course it's allowed. I didn't go and steal it off you.
Zara Larsson, she's scared of ghosts. That's Cara Rawson.
Zara Rawson. Ra as a ra. Okay. Yeah, you can have that as a story.
Because you did
yeah.
steal off me. Because I was thinking, fucking hell, I've got a third. And it's a real word. And it's fasten your seatbelt.
Zara Larsson. She is going to have a barbecue. That's Zara Charson.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that was good, actually. I'll give you that.
I'm out.
Zara Larsson, she plays for Tottenham. That's Zara Sarson.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
Wow.
What's that?
Yeah. I don't think they're in the championship, aren't they?
Oh,
yeah, championship.
Shit. Yeah.
It's going to be one hell of a ground to go to as a championship.
No, it is, to be fair.
Zara Larsson. She likes putting things in containers. That's Zara Jarson.
Yeah. I did jar, but that's fine because I did.
Oh,
no, I did jar.
You're out.
No, I did jar.
Oh, you're out.
Yeah, I did jar. My first one was Jarson, or wasn't it? Or Barson?
Oh, Barson.
Oh,
no.
you're still
Right.
in.
Zara Larsson, she's a rule in football. That's Zara Varson. Varson.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
His little face.
I know, because I can't fucking believe
Can we
it.
get a close-up of Scott's little face,
I can't believe how
please?
fucking clever I am.
Look at that
Check
grin.
me out.
Look at that grin.
Check me out. I've won. You've got fuck all.
Zara Larsson. She has a massive cut on her face. That's Zara Scarson.
Oh, that's good.
Zara Larsson, she is a thing that you put flowers in. That's Zara Varson.
Wow. It's like the world championships going on now. This is like Olympic territory.
Fuck off, Joe. Just fuck off. Just fuck off.
Yeah, I think I'm out.
Yes!
2 in a row.
2 in a row.
End of season.
Something that
Are we doing a
Tottenham
different
can't
game?
say. What?
We're doing a different game next season.
I don't know.
Oh, I think we should.
Ooh.
I think we should make up a different game.
Why
Why
don't we see if the Patreons can come up with a new end of show game?
Yeah, if you want to do that.
It doesn't have to be on Patreon. It can be any of you lot.
You can hit us up on all the usual correspondence places.
How, Chris?
Chris and Scott UK at gmail.com or everything else at A to Z of Men Pod. Hit us up and let us know what you want us to do as a game. I like the higher lower game. That was good.
It was.
Numbers. That was
Yeah,
fun.
well,
Maybe we'll do another one of those for Patreon today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Different game next year, I feel.
Yeah, maybe. Although I've just fucking nailed that to the wall.
But I think we'll run out of names. And also, I think there's probably more entertaining things we could do as a game.
We will find out.
All right. Yeah. 8 to
On
men.
the 5th season of the A to Z of Men.
Potatoes.